Are you using the best browser for your needs? Today, I'm going to take a look at 4 of the more popular web browsers and compare them. I am PixelPia, and today I will look at 4 web browsers to compare them and see which one is best for your needs. Every browser has its pros and its cons, and not all browsers are the right one for all users. And I hope that this video will help you find a browser that fits you. The browsers I'm gonna look at today is Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Microsoft Edge, and Opera. I will not go into technical specs since I am not knowledgeable enough to do so. Instead, I will talk about them just from a user's perspective. So let's move over to the computer and take a look. So here we are at the computer, and as you can see, I have a shortcut for each of the 4 browsers I want to talk about today. As I said, I am not going to be technical at all. I'm just going to talk about them from a pure user perspective. And let's start with my daily browser, which is Google Chrome. I have made a couple of videos about Chrome already, so I won't go too much into detail. But let's look at why I like Chrome. It is a relatively fast and secure browser. It is well integrated with all the other Google apps, and I like the design and how it's set up, and it's very intuitive. And one of the biggest advantages for me is all the extensions I can use, and I have made a couple of videos about the extensions. The negative is that it uses quite a lot of RAM, of memory, and if you have an older computer or a computer that doesn't have so much memory, it might feel like it's very slow. And there has been issues with privacy, but I have never experienced it, and I think they have improved a lot. So Google Chrome is definitely my favorite browser and my daily browser. The next browser we're gonna look at and talk about is Firefox. The advantage that Firefox has over Chrome is that it doesn't require as much memory, so it needs less resources. Another advantage is all the security features. It is a very secure browser. One thing I really like is that it is open source. That means that the source code, the programming that creates the web browser, is public, and if you are a developer, you are free to use the source code and do changes to it and maybe improve on the browser itself. The reason I don't use Firefox as my main browser is, number 1, the lack of extensions. I use extensions a lot, and some of them I can't find for Firefox, and therefore it is not my daily browser. Firefox is from time to time a little lack when it comes to updates, but I have seen more updates lately. It is a very good alternative to Google Chrome. The third one is Microsoft Edge. This has a couple of positives. It supports all the same extensions that Chrome does. It is a relatively fast browser, and it works with all kinds of operating systems: Apple, Windows, Linux, and others. The main reason that I don't like it is the layout, and it is very intrusive to the system, and a lot of all these extra takes up resources from the system itself. This is my least favorite of the 4 browsers I'm talking about today. Now let's talk about Opera. This is the browser that I would most definitely recommend if you have an older computer, and if security and privacy is what concerns you the most, I would most definitely recommend Opera. Opera has a built-in VPN, virtual private network. Or if you have an older computer, I would warmly recommend that you take a closer look at Opera. It is sleek and simple, and it is a fast browser. It has a little learning curve to start working with Opera. It has a little different layout. From a user perspective, as I said, pros and cons with all four. If your main concern is privacy and security, or if you have an older computer, Opera is my first choice. If you, like me, rely on a lot of extensions, your two alternatives is Chrome and Microsoft Edge. If you support the open source system, there is only one, and that is Firefox. I hope this gave you a better insight in the differences between the four browsers, and hopefully it can help you choose the one that's right for you. And remember, never stop learning.